Yesterday, Tuesday, marked the death of George Floyd, a year since he died, killed at the hands of a police officer in Minneapolis. That was a flashpoint for the Black Lives Matter movement across the States and the UK and Europe. Much of the impact of that came from the act of witness of a young 17-year-old girl who recorded what was happening on her mobile phone. The video went viral and was picked up on all the news channels and led to the conviction of the police officer. Her name is Darnella Frazier, and yesterday she released a Facebook post about the impact that this act of witnessing had on her. It changed her life, took away part of her childhood. She saw the world differently. She no longer felt safe. She shook physically, often when she remembered. And she describes it as a traumatic, life-changing experience. But she also owns the experience of it, because it's told the truth in ways that are changing the world. And deeply upsetting to read of the impact as it is, but she is pointing to two things about witness that sometimes we let slip by in the way we commonly use it at times. To witness is to speak the truth of what you're seeing, and that can be transformative and life-changing in any number of ways, both for you and for those around you. When we read the word witness in the New Testament, this same life-transforming, eyewitness, truth-speaking is what is meant. To witness truthfully matters intensely through the Old Testament when it is spoken of. It comes in situations of life or death. The testimony which is held by you of others, of other people, it matters. Its truthfulness matters. People's lives will be changed by what you witness to. And so when the early church, in these first beginnings of Pentecost, I can witness to the amount of flies and midges around here at the moment, just for your information, all around me at the moment. And so when in the early church, these first beginnings of the Pentecost movement begins, when they speak in the language of witness, this is not done lightly. These are not just words thrown about to catch attention. The disciples, Peter, is fully aware that holding to the truth of what they have seen is life-changing and transforming, and it comes with consequences. To witness is to stake a claim to the truth of what you see. And here in Acts, in these early chapters, the language of witness centres around one thing: the resurrection. In Acts 1:8, Jesus speaks to them, "You will be my witnesses." And then there is the ascension, where Jesus returns to the Father. And then there is clarity about what this witness is, again and again. In chapter 1, verse 22, "You will be witnesses of the resurrection." And these verses, spotty text here, chapter 2, verse 23, witnesses of the resurrection. 3:15, witnesses of the resurrection. 4:33, witnesses of the resurrection. 13:31, witnesses of the resurrection. This is the key witness, the key testimony of the disciples in the early church, that which they hold to, knowing it to be life-transforming, life-changing, truth. Jesus is raised from the dead, the one you saw crucified. He is alive. He is raised to new life. God has raised this Jesus to life, and we are all witnesses of it. Peter speaks as witness to those around him in the streets because he knows what he has seen. He speaks it to us. His witness changed his life. To speak this led him also to the cross, but he could not let go of the truth of what he saw. This is such a powerful description of who the disciples were. They were witnesses. And the language of witness, I think, is such a powerful descriptor for us too, in its freedom to speak your truth to what you see and know and experience through the witness of those who saw Jesus raised, through the body of Christ, the church, through the power of the Spirit at Pentecost. The gift is given here to speak the truth of what you see and hear, and to take up our own call to be witnesses.